Good evening, everybody. This is Mr. Abdul Wahab Jamal. Welcome to a new English session. Today we are going to deal with English as First Language, Cambridge Curriculum, Lower Secondary, and Unit 3, 3.3, Lesson 3, Real Lives, Real Problems. In this session today we are going to investigate the techniques used by journalists to write headlines and to explore the structural features of a newspaper article. And we are going to consider the language features of a factual information article. So let's get started. Headline. Why headline is important? When I look at those headlines, I can notice lots of techniques. And those techniques differ according to the article topic. Some of them has alliteration. Others have exaggeration. We have rhyme. We have the elements of surprise. We might have punctuation. We might have non-standard English, including slang or deliberate misspelling or grammatical mistakes. But we, as English students or English teachers, we are teaching students how to use proper English, standard English. So why we are writing in non-standard English or in slang language? The idea is simple. All of this is to attract the reader attention. We need readers to read more. We need readers to get attracted to our writing. In any news article, people, the most important thing is the headline. That's the head of the article. When you are reading a newspaper or a magazine and you are attracted to the heading, you will read more. You will move into the lead paragraph, which is the introduction. Then you will move into the body. Then you will go to the quotation or opinion and then to the conclusion. So as long as your headline is perfect, attractive, and catchy, as long as your your article or a news article will be successful and attractive. So in case I notice these headlines, I can notice that in each one we have 1 to 2 features, okay? So for example, my nightmare journey. The word journey itself is attractive because it's a trip with unexpected events. Excuse me. And look at the word nightmare. Exaggeration. I'm exaggerating what? The journey, the trip. So that makes the journey sound extreme, exaggeration. Look at what hot and what's not. What's is a slang. What's is non-standard English. And instead of saying what is, what's, okay? What's. And we have hot, not. We have rhyming. Shock or surprise when we say celebrity crime on camera. Crime. Can you see? And then we have the punctuation using the exclamation in order to grab the reader attention to dramatic topic. And we have pilot's bad air day. Apostrophe 1, apostrophe 2, and exclamation. All of this is to use punctuation, to use an apostrophe for emphasize, to emphasize, and wordplay. Wordplay. Footballers speeding shocker. Okay? We have repetition of the sound S. Okay? Footballers speeding. S, S. Okay? Sibling, if you wish to say. And of course, we have what? We have the ellipsis, punctuation. And we might have the word shocker, like elements of surprise. Gangsta rap kills music. Okay, look at the word kills. Look at the word music. We have za. We might have a rhythmic effect. And we have exaggeration, of course. And we have gangsta. Can you see the slang language? Kills music. Misspelling. As we said, all of this, although it is non-standard or wrong in grammar English or English grammar, but it is okay to be used in news article reports just in the heading in order to attract the reader. And all the time remember to capitalize the headline. So mostly the session of today or the topic of today is a news report or a news article. Okay, news article, newspaper article or a news report. Okay, any news article, like any essay, like any composition, it has a title, it has an introduction, it has body paragraphs, it has conclusion. That's the headline. It should be catchy, it should be attractive, it should give you an idea about the topic of the article. And then we will move into the introduction. We call it lead paragraph. It will answer the WH words of who, where, when, what, why. Then go to the body and answer how. Elaborate. Talk more about the story. What is going on. Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, body 1, body 2. Use powerful words, of course. And then you are going to have the ending, the conclusion. And in this conclusion or in this ending, you have to put some opinions, but not yours. You have to create an eyewitness who will give quotation to verify your story, to support your story, to add credibility to your story. Okay, the byline, of course, who wrote this, and it is okay to write a dateline, which is when this article was written. A news article, journalistic article, something related to news, to events. So in order to make an application to apply the structural features of a news article, I took this, okay, Hrithik Roshan news article, and I'll see that the headline is Hrithik Roshan says he practices every day to overcome stammering. Stammering is when you talk and you uh, like pause, for example, or repeat the word many times, or you are not incapable of saying the word fluently. That's stammering. Usually out of what? Out of nervousness or out of stress. The lead paragraph, that's the introduction. The first paragraph introduces the main focus. As I said, that's the lead. That's the headline. Byline, okay, it is okay to be put in the end or in the beginning. The byline, a person who wrote the news article. And we have dateline, which is when the article was written and uh, for for which news article, for which newspaper, or for which magazine. And then we have the paragraphs or the body paragraphs of the article, which provides details and examples. Okay, here, here, whenever I have a new idea, or a new time, or a new place, or a new quotation, I have to start with a new paragraph. And that's, of course, the ending, a comment, an opinion said by somebody, a concluding sentence to restate what we said in the introduction, in the lead paragraph. Okay? Let's read with each other, and then we are going to analyze the text more and more.
Ritik Roshan said he practices every day to overcome stammering. Ritik Roshan, who has had a long struggle against stammering in his life, might represent the Indian Stammering Association as their brand ambassador, says a new report. Actor Ritik Roshan may be a superstar, but his struggles in life will inspire all. He has had a long struggle against stammering. However, he has dealt with it like a superstar and emerged victorious. The fight against it is a constant one. He still practices every day to overcome his speech issue. According to a report in Mumbai Mirror, Ritik may soon become the brand ambassador of the Indian Stammering Association. 9 members of the association met the actor at his residence on March the 15th. I'd practice every day to overcome the speech issue. I still do for an hour at least, so I can control the secondary actions like twitching and all. The unacceptability of stammering was not only bothersome in my childhood, but prevailed to 2012, long after I had become a film star. The report quoted him as saying, speaking about his struggles, Ritik recalled a time when he had to go to Dubai for an award. For his acceptance speech, he had to practice hard to say the word Dubai, and eventually did deliver it without difficulty. It may be recalled that in September last year, his sister, Sunaina Roshan, had written a long blog post on her brother in which she spoke about incidents from their childhood and getting diagnosed with cancer. She had also touched upon Ritik's problem of stammering. She had written, he defeated another major hurdle in life, and that was overcoming, or rather, finding a way to live with his stammer. He says it has been his greatest battle. I remember watching him at the age of 13 as he would sit and read aloud for hours, sometimes alone in the bathroom every single day, morning and night, without fail. For 22 years I saw him do this.
Yeah, great guy. Very nice. Now, in order to analyze the text, okay, an overview about the text and the text features, conventions, and the genre. Of course, we are in factual information article, a news article. We are providing real life information. We are giving facts about Ritik Roshan's struggle with stammering and his efforts to overcome it. The structure of the text, it is a news article. I have headline, which catches the reader attention. I have lead paragraph, which introduces the main focus of who, where, what, when, why. And then I have body paragraphs, which will answer the how questions. It will provide details. It will deliver quotes and give examples or opinions from life or real life. And we have concluding sentence, which wraps up the story. The tone. Tone is the behavior of the writer. It is inspirational. It is informative. It aims to motivate readers by sharing rhetoric perseverance. Language. We are using formal language, okay? With some direct speech and quotes and real life example to make the article more engaging and more alive. Include figurative language, but remember this is nonfiction. So don't over it. Don't overuse. We need, for example, just some exaggeration words, some metaphors, alliteration, sibilance, that's fine. But don't go so deep. Don't go so deep in figurative language. This is nonfiction. Okay? All of this is to emphasize the challenge faced by the main character. Purpose, of course, we are writing to inform, to deliver information, to inform the readers about rhetoric journeys, and inspire them to overcome their own challenges. The key themes of the news article: Rithik daily practice to overcome his speech issue, that's perseverance, to work hard over and over again without stopping. Inspiration, his story motivates others to face their challenge. And number three, struggle and victory, because the article shows how Rithik turned his struggle into victory. He won, at least, or in the end. Some literary devices, as I said, be careful, don't overuse them. This is nonfiction. Metaphor, example, he defeated another major hurdle. Effect, we compare stammering to a hurdle, emphasizing the difficulty of overcoming it. We have direct speech, lots of them. Example, I practice every day to overcome the speech issue. And the using of direct speech is to make the article more personal, more engaging, more alive, more credible, and of course, to give an opinion of other people. Imagery, using, for example, he would sit and read aloud for hours, sometimes alone in the bathroom. That creates vivid picture of Hrithik dedication to his uh, work or practice to overcome the stammering. As we said, stammering, it is difficulty in speaking fluently. And victorious, successful, or winner, triumphant. Bothersome, difficult, or troublesome. Prevailed, it is to continue or to persist on doing something. Hurdle, it is a problem and obstacle. Without fail, it means always and consistently. Consistently. And then we are going to give an example of how to write a news article. In this article, I've witnessed lots of things like, of course, I need to give examples, okay? Specific dates and times in order to provide facts and information. Like at his residence on March 15th, that's true, that's fact. And names of people or places, organizations like the Indian Stammering Association, that exists, by the way, it's a true. Direct speech, because we have to give opinion. I'd practice every day to overcome the speech issue. And opinions and anecdotes. I remember watching him. She is saying something sorrowful, painful about her brother. We have real life examples like he had to practice hard to say the word Dubai. That's true. It happened. And we have figurative language like he defeated another major hurdle, which is a metaphor, as we said, comparing the stammering into something very difficult. Now, I have some, let's say, quotation, and I want to understand the theme or the message. Like he had to practice hard to say the word Dubai. The word Dubai, of course, for us, it's not difficult, but for him, it is difficult. He is stammering. And that show, of course, the effort and the determination required to overcome a challenge. It highlights the struggle and perseverance involved. That's the theme, by the way, which we said before. He had or he defeated another major hurdle. Using figurative language, hurdle, it means the change, that emphasized the difficulty and the sense of achievement in the overcoming. Now, let's go to the writing. How to plan and write your own article. I have 4 steps. Number 1, I have to choose a topic, brainstorm ideas, write about someone who has overcome a difficulty, okay, like Ritik Roshan. It could be a famous person or someone you know. Number 2, you have to gather the information. Use internet, use books, use interviews, collect facts, quotes, examples, or you might write it fictional from your mind, but be careful, you have to present it like non-fiction. Focus on the person's struggle and how they overcome it and give quotation and opinion of people about it. What is the impact of their success? Step 3, please be careful to the structure. That's a news article. It's not a story and it is not a report. It is not non-chronological report. It is not any type of report. It is a news article. You have to use headline, which provide catchy title. We have to give lead paragraph, which introduce the person and the challenge, answering the WH words, who, where, when, what, why. Body writing, you have to use short paragraphs to describe the journey and what happened. Include facts, information, dates, quotes, examples. Put conclusion in the end with a powerful quote, statement, or an opinion about what happened. After you finish drafting, you have to revise your 200 words writing. Okay? We are just preparing you for the IGCSE ESL. That's why I give you a word count. Okay? That's why I give you a word count. Use the checklist below to review your work. Which checklist? Okay? That's a simple one. Your article have a clear heading, lead, conclusion. That's the structure. Have you included specific dates, names, quotes? That's facts. Have you used figurative language to make the writing engaging? And is your article free of spelling, grammar, or any other types of errors? That's the proofread or the edit. Okay? Let's read the example with each other. Plan, organize, focus, revise, and that's an article. The headline, Malala Yousafzai. Malala Yousafzai, a voice of education. Start. The lead. Malala Yousafzai, a young activist from Pakistan, has become a global symbol of courage and determination. Despite facing life-threatening challenges, she continues to fight for girls' education worldwide. Okay, thank you. You answered WH words, who, where, when, what, why. And thank you for the headline. It is catchy. You used the colon, okay? And attractive headline, a voice for education. And of course, the topic or the headline will show what's the topic talking about. The body paragraphs, Malala's journey, now you are answering how. Malala's journey began in the Swat Valley, where she defied the Taliban's ban on girls' education. In 2012, she was shot in the head for speaking out, but she survived and became even more determined to advocate for education. So that's the event you are talking about. Today, look, I'm using now the present. As what? As a habitual actions, as facts. So I narrate in past. Sorry, I reported in past. But now I am using the present. Today, Malala runs the Malala Fund, which supports girls' education projects in developing countries. Her efforts have earned her the Nobel Prize or Peace Prize, making her the youngest ever Nobel laureate. Okay, laureate. conclusion or ending, I have to put what? A comment, an opinion. As Malala once said, one child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Her story reminds us that even the smallest voice can create a big impact. That's very true. That's very true. That's very true. With those four things, you can change the world. They are very, very, very powerful. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen. You can change the world. Education is everything. Remember that. A revision checklist for the writing. The genre, it is news article and it is factual information article. Content, the topic is talking about a challenge of a person and how the person overcome it and what's the impact of it. Organization, we have paragraph shape, we have introduction, body, conclusion, we have lead, we have quotation, we have headline. Purpose, we are informing, we are inspiring. Audience, we are using formal language and appropriate tone, which is formal, in order to attract or intend the audience. Vocabulary, all the powerful words and the phrases are effectively used. We use some figurative language, we use the grammar correctly and properly. Punctuation, spelling correct, and everything is okay. So, to wrap up, let's remember the features of the news report or a news article. By the way, the only difference between the news report and the news article is the formality. News article could be found in magazine while a newspaper could be found in the newspaper. Okay? So sometimes the newspaper is more formal than the news article. Impersonal, using the third person perspective, you are not talking about yourself, you are talking about other people. You are reporting a story. Paragraph shape, that's very important to organize the text and make it easy to understand. Chronological order, of course, you have to start from the past and move into present and the future using time connectives. Quote for an eyewitness or experts, yes, we usually put it in the end in order to make the story credible and verified. And of course, any opinion, any quote should be hugged or surrounded by speech mark. Photographs and captions, I release you from those because you are writing, not typing or using the computer. Proper nouns, people, places, in order to give facts. Past tense, because you are saying something happened. You are reporting about something that already has happened. Written informal style, of course. Informative, you are informing and giving facts and information. And you are balanced because you are not writing about something, for example, that you like a lot. You are not giving your own opinion. You are balanced. You are in the middle. Okay? That's a report. You are not saying, for example, something between for and against. No. We are reporting what happened on. We are journalists. We are a news reporter. Okay? And your homework, of course, 3.3 in the workbook, real lives, real problems. Start with focus. They will give you some headlines or sentences or phrases, and then they will ask you to match between the features and the definitions. They are very nice. And then you will move into practice to take some headlines and then tell me what is the technique used in them. After that, we have a challenge, okay, to give you a summary or three summaries of a news article. You have to write headline for each one of them. All of the focus is on the headline because, as I said, the headline is the most important part in any news article. And thank you so much for having me today. Next session, we are going to deal with the 3.4 reviewing films. So we are going to deal with review writing. Thank you so much and see you inshallah next session. This is Mr. Abdul Wahab Jamal saluting all of you and have a nice night.